The enduring legacy of Final Fantasy, a tapestry of themes, innovation, and evolution. Since its debut in 1987, the Final Fantasy series, created by Square, now Square Enix, has become a cornerstone of gaming culture, weaving intricate narratives, groundbreaking mechanics, and timeless themes into a franchise that transcends generations. Far from being a mere collection of role-playing games, RPGs, Final Fantasy is a cultural phenomenon that explores the human condition, pushes technological boundaries, and evolves with the world around it. This article delves into the essence of Final Fantasy, its deeper meanings, recurring themes, iconic characters like Biggs, Wedge, and Cid, and why the series will never truly have a final chapter. What Final Fantasy is about. At its core, Final Fantasy is a series of standalone and occasionally interconnected RPGs, each set in a unique world with distinct characters, stories, and gameplay mechanics. While the settings range from high fantasy realms with dragons and magic, Final Fantasy IX, to dystopian cyberpunk cities, Final Fantasy VII, the series consistently revolves around a group of heroes uniting to confront a world-threatening evil. These narratives often blend personal struggles, grief, identity, redemption, with grand existential conflicts, such as the battle between light and darkness, or humanity's relationship with nature. The title Final Fantasy originated from creator Hironobu Sakaguchi's desperate hope that the first game would save Square from bankruptcy. It did, and the irony of the name lies in its defiance of finality. Each installment is a fresh fantasy, unbound by a single continuity, allowing the series to reinvent itself while retaining a recognizable soul, deeper meanings, and recurring themes. Final Fantasy games are renowned for their layered storytelling, which often carries philosophical, environmental, and societal undertones. Several recurring themes define the series. The power of connection, friendship, love, and camaraderie are central to every Final Fantasy. Whether it's the bonds between Cloud, Tifa, and Aerith in Final Fantasy VII, or the found family of Noctis and his companions in Final Fantasy XV, the series emphasizes that no hero succeeds alone. These relationships reflect the human need for community in the face of adversity. Environmentalism and harmony with nature, many Final Fantasy stories critique humanity's exploitation of the planet. In Final Fantasy VII, the Shinra Corporation's extraction of Mako energy mirrors real-world environmental destruction, while Final Fantasy XIV explores cycles of ecological collapse. The series often portrays nature as a sacred force, urging players to consider their role in preserving it. Existential struggles and identity. Characters frequently grapple with questions of purpose, free will, and mortality. In Final Fantasy VI, Terra questions her humanity as a half-esper, while Final Fantasy XIII's Lightning wrestles with fate. These introspective journeys resonate with players navigating their own search for meaning. The duality of technology and magic. The tension between technological progress and mystical traditions is a recurring motif. Final Fantasy VIII juxtaposes futuristic military academies with ancient sorcery, while Final Fantasy XV blends modern road trip aesthetics with divine prophecy. This duality reflects humanity's complex relationship with innovation and tradition, sacrifice, and hope. The series often demands great sacrifices, Aerith's death in Final Fantasy VII, or Tidus's fate in Final Fantasy X, but balances them with hope for a better future. This bittersweet tone underscores the resilience of the human spirit. These themes, woven into richly detailed worlds, elevate Final Fantasy beyond entertainment, inviting players to reflect on their values and the world around them. Recurring characters: Biggs, Wedge, and Cid. Certain names, Biggs, Wedge, and Cid, appear across multiple Final Fantasy titles, serving as a nod to fans and a thread of continuity in an otherwise disparate series. These characters are rarely the same person but often share archetypal traits: Biggs and Wedge. This duo, named after Star Wars pilots Biggs Darklighter and Wedge Antilles, typically appears as supporting characters, often as comic relief or loyal allies. In Final Fantasy VII, they're members of the eco-terrorist group Avalanche. In Final Fantasy VIII, they're bumbling Galbadian soldiers. Their recurring presence is a playful homage to pop culture and a way to ground the series' fantastical narratives with relatable everyman figures. Their names evoke camaraderie and loyalty, even if their roles are often minor or tragic. Cid. The name Cid is a Final Fantasy staple appearing in nearly every mainline title. Cid is often an engineer, airship pilot, or inventor, embodying the series' fascination with technology. From Cid Highwind, the foul-mouthed pilot in Final Fantasy VII, to Cidnan Garland, the brilliant machinist in Final Fantasy Thostomyth, the character represents ingenuity and progress. The name's recurrence may stem from its historical resonance. Cid is derived from the Spanish hero El Cid, symbolizing leadership and valor, but it also serves as a signature of the series' world building. These recurring names are more than Easter eggs. They're a tradition that ties the franchise together, offering familiarity amidst reinvention. They reflect Final Fantasy's ability to balance homage with innovation, much like the series itself. Final Fantasy in today's world. In 2025, Final Fantasy remains profoundly relevant, reflecting and responding to contemporary issues. The series' environmental themes resonate in an era of climate change, with Final Fantasy VII Remake 2020-2024 amplifying the original's critique of corporate greed. Its exploration of identity and mental health, seen in characters like Cloud, who grapples with trauma and self-doubt, mirrors modern conversations about vulnerability and self-discovery. The series also embraces diversity and inclusivity, evolving with societal shifts. Final Fantasy XIV, a massively multiplayer online RPG, features a diverse cast and storylines that tackle themes of prejudice and unity, fostering a global community of players. Meanwhile, Final Fantasy XVI, 2023, leans into mature political narratives, reflecting a world grappling with power struggles and inequality. Technologically, Final Fantasy continues to push boundaries, leveraging cutting-edge graphics, AI-driven NPCs, and immersive sound design to create worlds that feel alive. The franchise's ability to adapt to new platforms, from consoles to mobile devices to virtual reality, ensures its accessibility and relevance in a digital age. The Eternal Fantasy: Why There Will Never Be a Final Fantasy. The title Final Fantasy is a misnomer, as the series is defined by its refusal to end. Each installment reinvents the formula, adapting to cultural, technological, and artistic shifts. This adaptability is why Final Fantasy endures while other franchises fade. As long as gaming exists, Final Fantasy will evolve, reflecting the world's hopes, fears, and dreams. The series' innovations have shaped gaming history. Final Fantasy VII 1997 popularized cinematic storytelling and brought RPGs to a global audience. Final Fantasy Yavin 2002 and War Team 2010, relaunched 2013, pioneered online multiplayer in the genre. Final Fantasy XV 2016 embraced open-world exploration, while Final Fantasy VII Remake redefined what a remake could be. Future titles will likely integrate emerging technologies like AI, cloud gaming, or augmented reality, continuing the series' legacy of innovation. Moreover, Final Fantasy's storytelling remains timeless. Its themes, connection, sacrifice, and the search for meaning, transcend eras, speaking to each new generation. The franchise's ability to balance nostalgia through remakes and recurring motifs with bold experimentation ensures it will never stagnate. Conclusion: Final Fantasy is more than a game series. It's a living narrative that evolves with its players and the world. Its stories of hope, struggle, and resilience, embodied by characters like Biggs, Wedge, and Cid, resonate across cultures and generations. By tackling universal themes and embracing innovation, Final Fantasy remains a beacon of creativity in gaming. As the world changes, so too will Final Fantasy, adapting to new technologies, societal shifts, and player expectations. There will never be a Final Fantasy, not because the series avoids an ending, but because it thrives on reinvention. As long as there are stories to tell and players to experience them, Final Fantasy will continue to weave its magic, proving that some fantasies are eternal. By Scott Young, aka Synfamous Gamer, and OG Warrior of Light,